Good morning world. The weather has definitely turned. Look at that. Frost on the roofs and frost all over the grass. I'm shutting the window quick, it's freezing. Well, I wasn't going to vlog this part, I'm doing this on my phone. We've just popped out to do some shopping quickly and the windscreen is all iced up, look. And just like that, we're back from the shops. There it all is, look. I'm going to unpack that now. The invisible boyfriend stayed over last night, so he gave me a hand and ran me to the shops and back this morning, so thank you. As you can see, I've been reduced to clear hunting again. We've got all manner of goodies that I normally wouldn't buy here. Isabel and I are going to have a couple of great big feasts today to eat that all up. Very nice. The invisible boyfriend has just shot off now. It's 10:25 in the morning. It's technically half term actually. It's Friday, in fact, of half term, so the schools are still off. Isabel hasn't really done much school this week. She had 3 days where we were out and about with other people doing stuff all day anyway. She's involved in a big group project at the moment with a load of other children that she's really enjoying. I don't really want to disclose details of it for safety reasons on the channel, but needless to say, that is keeping us both very busy and she's really been enjoying it. With our super exciting trip to Lisbon coming up in November, I'm kind of taking the opportunity to bank up a little bit of schoolwork in advance so that we can do less while we're out there, you know, because there's so much fun stuff to do out there. So we did a bit yesterday, sort of 2/3 of what we would normally do, and we're going to do the same thing again today. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm going to put this lot away. I'm making quite a lot of packed lunches at the moment for me and Izzy because we're having a lot of full days out doing what we're doing, so it's really handy to have things in for that. Just been tidying my cupboards up a little bit. In my great wisdom over the summer, when I put the house up on the market, I decided to just use up any herbs that were left in the jars and throw the jars in the recycling and just use the spices and things and herbs that I had in the packets. But it's really inconvenient. I'm regretting that already. Of course, the house hasn't shifted. I forgot to buy freezer bags. These are not freezer bags. It's because I left my shopping list folded up by there and didn't take it. Last couple of bits. Chickpeas. I'm going with all the pulses by there. And some spread. I am still trying to cut down on my dairy. I've been wavering up and down with this for ages now, but I did think one of the things I would find really hard to switch was butter. But now that I've been having dairy-free marg for a while, I actually prefer it. That has been a big surprise. You know how I was trying to get Izzy's allergy test results in a printed out form so I could go through it and scrutinise it carefully? Well, I did ring them up on the day that I made that vlog, and I spoke to the secretary of the allergy specialist, who was saying, well, the letter hasn't gone out yet because it's still being processed because she had a query on it and she couldn't blah-de-blah-de-blah, so on and so forth. But when they put the letter in the post, they would be sure to attach the results. The letter came about a month after the appointment, and it still didn't have the results in it. So I have rung up the eczema nurse, well, one of the eczema nurses at the hospital now, to see if they can chase it. Now, you see, one of the things that's particularly been mystifying is I've been trying to ask the lady what did she get tested for, because I want to know what she's been tested for, and it's come up as negative, so that I know that when she is having a really bad period and I need to feed her something, I could then, during those worst times, just only give her what I know is safe. And she said that they don't tell you what they have tested for, only what they've tested for that has come up as a positive allergy. Now, I find that very strange. Anyway, I've been doing some Googling, and it was an ISAC test, it was. ISAC. On the letter from the hospital, it said she'd had the ISAC test with 2 A's, but I couldn't find any trace of that online, only one with 1 A, so I don't know if it's a different test or if they spelt it wrong. But anyway, there's a list of things here that she should have been tested for if it's the same test, but again, I'm a bit in the dark here. So, you know, I've had some oral confirmation of some of these things that she's allergic to. And I did, at one point, get given a printout by the dermatologist who found it for us on request in the records, but at that point, the test wasn't complete. It takes a while for all the different results to come in, apparently. So I've only had those. She came up very high to shrimp and like prawns. So that was really useful to know that, because I mean she's been having prawn crackers and things, and I've occasionally thrown prawns into a stir fry for a bit of extra protein, thinking I was doing the right thing. But yeah, looking back on it, she has had some really violent sort of urticarial head to toe flare-ups from prawns, so that would definitely concur with experience. She's very allergic to horse, dog, cat, dust. There's a particular mould spore, but again I'm a bit vague about which one it was. I think it's mugwort, timothy grass, walnut, very, very, very allergic to walnut. But other than that, I'm getting a bit sketchy. Cockroaches, yeah. She came up as positive allergy to cockroach. I know that was a positive, timothy grass and birch as well. Postman's just been... To the occupier, important information enclosed. I don't think it's going to be that important if they didn't know my name. Strax the lantern is still going strong. We had him lit yesterday evening as well. With real candles. There's old-fashioned. I intend to light him every evening after it gets dark until he gets too stinky and has to go in the food waste. Izzy and I did make some pumpkin soup yesterday. It went a very funny colour because I had a couple of flat cap mushrooms to use up. They were going a bit past their best, so chucked them in, whizzed them up with a hand blender. I was trying to teach Izzy how to make a soup because I've really taken my eye off the cooking ball this year, I must admit. It was always part of my home-edding plan to have a girl that could cook and be self-sufficient in that respect, and I've let it slide really badly, and she likes cooking as well, so I'm going to really try now, note to self, get Izzy more involved with the cooking. Anyway, look, I've got lots of pumpkin left because I had two. I was going to do one as well, but in the end I ran out of time, so my pumpkin is just going to be all soup. Right now I've got work to do. Izzy's decided she doesn't want to start school till 12 today. That's fine with me, it's half term anyway. I've got the last sort of big gig of the season for me tomorrow in Caernarfon. So I've got to go and run through the set now. I'll probably be at it a couple of hours, but I'm going to do some now and then some after I've done her school with her as well, so I'll do it in 2 instalments. It's probably a bit of a sad thing really, but when I'm practicing I do like to have a lit candle and a cup of tea to sip occasionally, and then I'm happy then, you see. Midday, according to the practice room clock. I've practiced my first set of 2, so that's half of that done for the day, and Isabel's about to come in and she's going to start a new maths topic today, which is ratios. A straggler. The remaining powder appears to have solidified, so I'm going to poke it with a skewer. I just remembered something I meant to do a few days ago. I had this through the post the other day. It's from Argos, and it's one of these recall notices. I've never had one of these before. Izzy's got a bed like this, you see, and apparently they've had trouble with these ladders because the rungs/steps on the ladder are rotating even after retightening, or rungs/steps on the ladder becoming detached. I can confirm from personal experience that both of these things have occurred, and so this is why a screwdriver, a great big one, now lives permanently by Izzy's bed. Okay, that's that ordered. They answered the phone straight away, none of this hold lark that we normally get. So I said on the phone, oh yeah, good, because we've had a screwdriver by the bed and I've been tightening it up every night. And she said, oh gosh, you must tell us if anything like that ever happens, because that's how we get feedback and how we know to recall the products. So there you go. If you've ordered anything from Argos and you find you're having to screw it up with a screwdriver every single night, give them a call. They'll send you another one. She's finished her maths already. She wants to do history next to get that out of the way. She's still on civil rights actually, but she's got a task to do independently, which gives me a good chance to do the rest of that flute practice. So it's about 2:30 now. We're about to have our random assortment of pre-prepared food, including that. We're going to share that between us, cannelloni stuff. It's a pork pie for the meat muncher if she wants it. Cheese and onion quiche. Izzy can't have this, unfortunately. Pesto's got some sort of nut in it, I think, that she's allergic to, but I can have some of that. And a medley of veg. Ta-da! Mine and hers. Looks kind of presentable, doesn't it? We're going to snuggle up on the sofa and watch vlogs now. Izzy hasn't been in it much today. You've been keeping yourself to yourself today, haven't you? You've been cracking on with work independently mostly today. Well, it's about 5:20 now. We're all finished up for the day, luckily. I'm feeling quite knackered. I've got a bath running. I'm here with Straxy Lantern, even though it's 2 days after Halloween, because not ready to get rid of him yet. He hasn't gone off, so you're staying with me. Anyway, yes, tomorrow's a long day. I'm going to Caernarfon. It's right at the top of Wales, look. You see there's Wales there, so it's right at the top. So it's a long, long drive. So I've got to get up early, get on the train with a packed lunch for us all, drop Izzy at a group, and then I'm going to get picked up then by Dan and the invisible boyfriend, and we're going to go all the way up there. And we've got a travel lodge booked, so after the gig we're going to have a little sleepover, yay! And probably have a play some music, probably eat takeaway food or something nice like that, because this will be the last gig of the season for that particular band. You know, the really complicated one that takes a lot of practicing for. So, yay! There'll be a big sense of accomplishment. But anyway, I'm going to have my bath now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!